The first reviews for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 are in, and things are looking great for Tom Cruise. The seventh film in the hit franchise has earned 98% on Rotten Tomatoes critic scores. I know, we usually have to take Rotten Tomatoes with a grain of salt given their murky history, but if Top Gun Maverick was anything to go by, I don't think we have much to worry about when it comes to Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise is a man who loves his craft. The craft of filmmaking and storytelling. As we saw in Top Gun Maverick, Cruise was very heavily involved in the film's production. He's not one of these actors who gets overly political or tied up in whatever scandal of the week is going on. He's largely stayed away from the woke madness and continued to perfect his craft. Hot on the heels of Indiana Jones 5, Tom Cruise is making waves again. Harrison Ford just wrapped up his tenure as Indiana Jones in the franchise's fifth film, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dumbasses, which flopped hard at the cinema as we all saw. But you can't deny that making movies till you're over 80 isn't appealing. It's so appealing, in fact, that Tom Cruise wants to do it too. In speaking to the Sydney Morning Herald at the Australian premiere of Mission Impossible 7, Cruise said he wants to keep making this franchise until he's 80. And as we've already seen, Tom Cruise is a master of his craft and is very serious about making the best possible movies he can. He tries to do all his own stunts whenever he can, going so far as to actually injure himself while attempting these wild stunts. In the latest movie, we see him drive a motorcycle off a cliff. This is something that's been missing from Hollywood for quite some time. I'm not sure when actually caring about your job became toxic. Already, actors like Henry Cavill have been strong-armed out of great franchises just because they have respect for the storytelling and the lore. Last year's Top Gun Maverick proved that having respect for the lore of a particular franchise can pay off big, with box office receipts surpassing $1 billion. Also, seeing an older white male not be berated and disrespected for his skin color and age was a breath of fresh air. In the movie, Cruise played an older Maverick, experienced and weathered. The younger pilots that he trains actually respect the guy's knowledge and experience instead of calling him a toxic white male. And audiences respond to that. It's exactly those sorts of concepts that build trust with audiences. After seeing Top Gun Maverick, people are more likely to see another Tom Cruise movie because he hasn't succumbed to the woke hysteria plaguing Hollywood today. When the film was out in theaters, Tom Cruise prefaced the movie with a heartfelt, honest gratitude to the fans. Showing this kind of respect for the audiences goes a long way. It's pretty clear that people have grown tired of the toxic and racist woke agenda. With scandals like the Bud Light and Target controversies, companies may finally be taking notice that consumers don't like this specific message. It's good to be inclusive of others, but the way in which Hollywood has gone about it is just plain wrong. Having diversity quotas stifles creativity, and in the worst cases, takes the fun out of films. No one is going to believe there were black people in Scandinavia 1,000 years ago. Having a black character on a show about Vikings makes about as much sense as peanut butter on a tuna sandwich. Both are good on their own, but together they make something completely inedible. Stars like Tom Cruise recognize that and are doing something about it. Just this week, not only did Tom Cruise slam woke media, but also Gal Gadot. Race and gender swapping characters simply shows audiences that film producers are completely out of ideas and can't create something new. It's great to have diversity in films, but you have to make sure that it fits the narrative and the setting. As I've mentioned before, there are plenty of very interesting and well-developed black characters. Denzel Washington in Training Day, Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan in Creed, Barrett in Final Fantasy VII, and Samuel L. Jackson in pretty much anything he's ever been in, are just a small sample of phenomenally written characters who just happen to be black. We've got to get back to a world where race isn't an issue and creatives don't focus so much on it. That's how we get more peaceful harmony instead of the vitriol that the racist wokesters incite in society. This actually reminds me of the time I went to Africa on a hiking and camping trip. My trip consisted of climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, then relaxing on a safari. When I was on the safari, I wanted to sit, have a beer, and enjoy the stars over the Serengeti. My guide sat out with me, just in case a lion decided I was a worthy snack. We sat and chatted for a while. It was just two cool dudes having a beer and enjoying the night. I did not feel race come into play at all. Not having racial undertones in social interactions is the world that MLK imagined. But the woke mafia in the West decided to fight racism with more racism, and everyone suffered as a result, especially cinema. So it's especially important for stars like Tom Cruise and others to fight back and not give in to this madness. It's also funny that in the same interview, Tom Cruise held up his tickets for Barbie and Oppenheimer, two films that will tentpole this summer's best cinema. Indeed, a Christopher Nolan film is by far the go-to summer film. I would even say that Barbie, while not my cup of tea, will actually be good, as Greta Gerwig proved herself to be a formidable filmmaker with 2017's Lady Bird. It was a nice touch seeing Tom Cruise supporting these two fellow filmmakers. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Mission Impossible 7 will disappoint or wow audiences? Let me know down below in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like button and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.